Guys, welcome back to the channel, NAVI Mac Life. So check it out. Yes, this is the 1,000 mile review on the 2023 Honda Rebel 1100 DCT. Yeah, I already put 1,000 miles on this thing. Actually, I mean, let me just show you here. I put more than that. And I've only had this bike, I think, we're gonna look right now, 1,323 miles. What have I liked? What have I disliked about this Honda Rebel? Well, I can tell you this, there's a lot more likes than dislikes. So at 600 miles, you are supposed to do an oil change. They prefer you to take it to a Honda dealership just so they can check everything out, check the chain, just, you know, look over the bike and then do a regular oil change. My dealership cost is like $150. Yes, I know that's kind of high. You could say it's a glorified oil change. You could do it yourself too. I will do the first one at the Honda dealership. Just have them check it out, look it over real quick, just because of time for me. Guys, yes, you are looking at the Honda Rebel 1100 DCT. DCT stands for dual clutch transmission. And as you can see right there, it has a little chrome tag showing that it is the dual clutch transmission. What does that mean essentially? Yes, this is an automatic bike. So if you look right here, you will see no clutch. Do they make this bike with a clutch in the 1100 cc? Yes, they do. So you can get this with a clutch. I want to see how smooth this DCT would work, and man, it's pretty amazing. I got hooked on it real quick. I know a few guys that have ridden their entire life, way older than me. They love the DCT, you know. They wanted to talk, you know, they wanted to talk some crap about it, but once they actually got on the bike and rode it and felt how smooth it is, which, I mean, it is so smooth the way this thing shifts, it's insane. Am I happy that I got the DCT over the clutch? Yes, there's no looking back. I'm 100% happy I got this bike. I'm absolutely addicted to it. I love it. I feel like I have been neglecting the Honda NAVI just because I've been riding this so much. Yes, I know they're two different bikes. One's a mini moto. This is a, you know, bigger bike, but it's very addicting, this bike. The look of it, you know, you could say, yeah, it's not too flashy. It's, you know, a cruiser bike, but to me, it's the style of it is just sleek. I love it. I love the matte black. I love the gloss black on the frame. I absolutely love this color, which is like a metallic charcoal gray. And everything they did on this bike just impresses me. My Honda Rebel, obviously, some of the upgrades I did is this Vance & Hines exhaust. Vance & Hines is a sponsor of mine, and they sent me over this exhaust. I absolutely love it. I love the look of it. I just love how it looks like this big cannon coming out. It looks a lot bigger in person, trust me. Something else I did on this bike, you do not get a rear passenger seat. That does not come with it. In Europe, you do. Here in America, you do not. Here in the States, you do not. This pad is separate, and believe it or not, this is separate. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, you've seen Nikki on the back here. She says the comfort is okay. It's okay for short rides. For long rides, we bought a seat gel pad, which works tremendous. I have a video review on that pad actually, so go check that out. But does the backrest work? It's not really for your back. It's essentially, it's just to kind of keep you from falling off the bike, scooting back, because this bike does have some power to it. The other thing I did, Kemimoto is a sponsor of mine. They sent me over this little bag here. I attached it to the back. You can use it for the front. It is a front fork bag, so if you want to use it for in the front, you can too. Done one other, I should say, the quad lock with the charger built into there. So that is for my cell phone. That is a must. If you don't have a quad lock, get one. They are not a sponsor of mine, but I do suggest it. It has a vibration dampener in it for your phone, and once you attach the phone to this, it automatically starts charging. I'll show you in the mirror here. That's what the case looks like. You have to use this case too. It's all in one. It all locks together. So that's super nice. Pros, I love the way this thing shifts. It is so smooth, upshifting and downshifting. I cannot complain. I absolutely love it. Another thing I do love is the style of the bike, the look of it. I think it looks real slick. Another amazing thing I love about this bike is being 5'8", I can easily flat foot this bike. Believe it or not, I can flat foot this bike better than I can flat foot my Honda NAVI, which is a mini moto. So keep in mind, if you are, I'm going to say 6 foot or taller, this bike might not be too comfortable for you. So I suggest you going into a Honda dealership, sit on it, and see how you feel. That's really the only way to do it. I'll eventually add a windshield to the bike. That does not come with the bike either. You know, you can kind of customize this bike the way you want it, which is kind of cool. They do make this, like I said, they do make it in the clutch version in 1100cc. They also make this in a 1100T, which is the dual clutch transmission, but it's called their like touring edition. You get saddlebags, and there is a front headlight cowl with sort of a windshield attached to it. It looks really slick. I'll attach a picture of that right there. That's how that looks. And that costs just $1,000 more than this bike. I'll have all the pricing and info on this bike and the other Rebel 1100s in my description, so you can check that out after the video. Another thing I forgot to mention, I did add an upgraded horn. The horn that comes with this bike is probably, I could probably add that to the cons. On my con list, it's the exact horn on the Honda NAVI. So if you have a Honda NAVI, yeah, that's the exact sound, and it's essentially a scooter sound. It's the most embarrassing horn you could buy. So I got that horn on there now. Shout out to Quasi Motard. Boom. That's his channel right there, Quasi Motard. He sent me that. He actually sent me the rear backrest too. And out of the kindness of his heart, he has a YouTube channel, guys. Go check Quasi Motard channels out. He's the one who actually got me into the Rebel 1100. He's the one who got me into the Honda NAVI, and he is an amazing channel. So well done. He does a lot of moto camping, and he's got, I don't know, 21 motorcycles. A majority of them are Hondas. So check out his channel. Go subscribe. You'll love it. So guys, back to the video. When you get this bike, when you turn it on, you're going to see different modes. You're going to have your clock. You're going to have the temperature gauge outside. Then you're going to have your mileage. And then you're going to have different modes. You're going to have sport, which it's on right now. You're going to have standard, rain, and user. User is a customizable mode. Sport is your sport mode, obviously. So let me talk about that in a second. And then standard, just your basic riding mode. Just, you know, you want to just go cruise, nothing crazy. Rain mode obviously slows down everything. It's I haven't really used the rain mode too much. I actually had it on accident, and I could just tell the bike was a lot slower than what I was used to, and I noticed I accidentally put it on rain mode. Obviously, rain mode is self-explanatory, but let me tell you about sport mode. What is sport mode? Well, let me tell you something. That unleashes the beast. You put it in sport mode, and this bike becomes a whole different bike. I mean, the first time I put it on sport mode, I rode it in standard for maybe a full week, and then I put it in sport mode. Holy shit. This thing it turned into a whole different bike. It was so quick. The throttle, I can say, is real touchy in sport mode. So you got to really be careful, and you got to really kind of play with it and learn it. After about, I don't know, maybe a few days of riding, consistent riding, I got the whole throttle down with the sport, because I'm telling you, it's different from standard. It's not the same. It's way different. Once you get that down, the sport mode, man, that is a fun mode to keep it in, especially with the Vance & Hines exhaust. You can hear the backfire each time. Not so much in standard mode, but in sport mode, it's crazy. So guys, the cons, I would say, so you've got like a 3-gallon gas tank. I'd say it's okay on gas. It's not the greatest. Another con would be the seat. It's really not that comfortable. I guess one other con would be, I mean, and this is only if you have an upsweep exhaust. So you have a peg, you have your foot peg here, but When Nikki has her foot on here, I mean, her heel is real close to that hot exhaust. That is kind of a con for me. Another con would be storage. There is barely any storage on this bike, guys. So that seat can barely, underneath the seat, you have a little bit of storage. It'll probably hold your wallet and keys, but that's about it. That's why I got this Kemimoto bag. They sent this out to me and I can hold a lot more stuff in there. Shocks, everything else has been really good for me. You can adjust them to your liking. I've really had no issue with that. I do love how fat these tires are. The tires are great. They're grippy. Another pro would be the grips. I love the grips. I'm actually not going to change out these grips. I think they're sticky. They're good. I love the look of them, actually. A lot of people just like changing out their grips, I guess, just for the look or the color, or just to change grips out, I guess. But I'm going to leave that. I do love it. You can adjust the brake here. You got, I don't know if you guys can see, but there are numbers around there. You can adjust it to your liking. That's pretty cool. That is a pro for me. Yeah, guys, there's really not too many cons. That's why this video is going to be kind of short. On 1,000 miles, have I had any issues with it starting or nothing? No, it's a electric start. I've had no issues. It starts up every single time. No tire pressure loss. Everything has been on point. Headlight, you can see perfectly at night. It's really bright. I see no reason changing out that headlight or doing anything with that. It's pretty amazing. Headlight, I'm actually going to keep these mirrors. I have no blind spots in those mirrors. Some people complain that, you know, you can see your shoulders. I can see everything behind me perfectly, so I like those mirrors. People don't like them. They call them the Mickey Mouse ear. They call them the Mickey Mouse ear mirrors, but you know what? I'm probably going to keep those on there for a while instead of putting some bar end mirrors. I know bar end mirrors are cool and, you know, it gives the bike a better look, but I'm not mad at these mirrors. I'm just going to keep them. I do like the bright LED lit up display on the odometer. That lights up really nicely, even in the daytime. So if you're watching my videos during the day, maybe it doesn't look as bright. No, it's pretty bright. You can see perfectly. No issues with it. At night, it lights up beautiful. So let's go back to the cons. In sport mode, if you do get on it at, like, say you're at a stoplight and you do get on it, it's going to keep it like in second gear for a while. And there'll be times where I'm like, okay, shift into third, and it just stays there. So you got to give it a little bit, and then it'll actually shift into third, fourth. The bike kind of realizes that you're done getting on it, and then it'll shift. But sometimes it can be kind of annoying because I'm like, okay, I'm still in second. Now, you can, if you want, I could just easily come here, and you do have the plus here and the minus. If I want, I can just upshift it or downshift it if I want. If it's getting annoying to me, I could just do that and just manually do it. So that's why you have your neutral, your drive, and then here you have your automatic and manual mode. But if you are in automatic mode and you do have it in sport and you're letting the bike work for you, well, it's going to keep high revs. So if you do get annoyed, like I was just talking about, and it's staying in second, I don't essentially have to be in manual mode. I can just hit the upshift here, and then it'll shift it into third. So you can still do that. I usually let the bike, you know, do its thing. Other than that, guys, that's it. Not too many cons. A lot of pros. You know, they do make the Honda Rebel in a 300, a 500, and 1100. It's all personal preference. If you just started out riding, maybe you want to start out with the Honda Rebel 300 and move up. I don't know. But the 1100 is their top tier. I absolutely love it. I do recommend it. And it has been so much fun to ride. Guys, do me a big favor. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And drop a comment down below. I love reading your guys' comments. If you own a Rebel 1100 or a 500 or a 300, let me know. How do you like it? I know the Rebel's going to stay with me for a very long time. Yeah, guys, that's it. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.